The history of Jacksonville is complicated as it relates to planning and buildings. There was a significant fire that really pushed a stronger residential and neighborhood towards those outer edges.
It pulls the energy out of the city. Downtown was specifically business only, but not a lot of people were living downtown, and they couldn't make the core really work. It wouldn't grow. Fortunately, right now, we're starting to see more of an urban desire for people to come down and live in the city. We have the Cathedral District, and then in addition to that, we have Brooklyn, and everybody seems to be growing towards the downtown, and it really starts to invigorate a city.
Brooklyn really lost its soul of what it was and kind of was a pass-through and a thoroughfare other than business and automobile dealerships.
There were some businesses that started to pop up along the river. One of them was the Haskell Company. And Preston Haskell had a vision about how that street would become the thoroughfare for Jacksonville, and it would grow to be a Brickell. It will be a hot spot again, and we look to see Brooklyn becoming that. You know, Joe and I found very serendipitous that, you know, we met at Haskell Company so many years ago, and now just a couple streets down, we're doing the hub.
Some of the challenges to really any urban renewal is fortifying those neighborhoods that would have grown out of the core of the city traditionally. And the restaurants typically become that piece and that part that grows residential. You need the businesses, you need that street activity, you need places to gather. This is kind of a unicorn of a parcel where there really are no rules. So we really found ourselves with the ability to be much more creative than we typically can. And the coffee shop restaurant down the street, Southern Grounds, we spent so much time there that the owner, Mark Janicek, said, we're gonna have to either start charging you rent or we're gonna have to create an architecture office that's a coffee shop. Those two worlds collided, and very quickly it was like, wow, we need to try to make this happen.
Restaurateurs have a unique opportunity to redevelop a block, a district, and bring new energy to a corridor. We knew that there was a coffee culture desert between Avondale and the San Marco corridor, so we looked at that neighborhood and area and thought it needed what we brought.
So we have some leadership from the city that wants to return to some of those good pedestrian core principles, where we've got good walkable communities, we have parks, we have places that people can gather.
The hub is also a part of the Emerald Trail where health and wellness thrive. We can have a place where bikes come and runners come and kayakers come, and our brands just become the conduit to healthy living in our city.
As this partnership started to grow with Southern Grounds, it was interesting to watch them come in, and at the same time they were hatching this idea of Alder Oak.
It's an Aegean concept with wood-fired aspects that allow us to introduce even more of our healthy ethos to the community in Jacksonville.
And it's not an accident we chose the term hub, because it truly is at the crossroads of Forest and Riverside Avenue.
We chose the design for the hub to really draw the scale of those inner buildings between Park Street and Riverside Avenue and draw them out to the steel and metal architectural character of Riverside Avenue.
You have these three distinctive volumes, and then they're beautifully connected by this steel-covered structure that provides shade and outdoor space.
So as we started to think about how this project could come together, we saw it as an opportunity to grow our urban studio. We really saw it as a way to sit down with our team and say, what do we want to be? You know, what should we do with this new environment? Not just create another studio. You know, what is the synergy? How do we kind of weave this tapestry between the hospitality culture that Mark brings and our kind of growth in the commercial world?
The culture that CD Urban's new location is going to create within the hub is, first of all, forward-thinking with regards to youth. We want to create an environment where they want to be a part of this continuing idea of design. Being in an urban environment, being in an infill, gives them that kind of creativity, gives them the idea to change their perspective and their paradigm while they're working throughout the day.
So it's really about looking ahead and giving us that opportunity to really foster a commitment to helping Jacksonville grow.